guys, what's up? Sean's Rare Game. Today we're playing ULTRAKILL. If I sound a bit weird, yeah, I did not get much sleep, and I need water. Actually, you know what? Let's try the encores. Ooh, blue. Holy hell! Now it's just a single enraged surface. That room was easier than I expected. Holy shit. There was this. Now guys, if you haven't noticed yet, I'm pretty sure this is essentially hell, the place this game takes place after, like, we killed everything, like, everything's now dead. Well, but not really, however, like, hell's sort of just frozen. Because this is actually the first way, or level. That's what this looks like to me. honestly. I have, if you can't tell already, I have zero clue where the hell I'm going. Why can't I get blood from the dead bodies? That should be possible. Holy hell! Shit. You know, this is way too hard. Nope, not that. Alright, I got this too. Oh fuck. I'll do Gabriel. I think he'll be easier to P rank. Hit scan will be nice. Electric. Now guys, in case you don't know what I'm gonna do, I'm doing that essentially. Let me see if I can do that. Yeah, the electric railgun also reflects off the coin.
Machine, turn back now. The layers of this palace
Are not for your kind.
Turn back, or you will be crossing the will of God.
What the hell is this guy talking about? This absolute buffoon.
Your choice is made. As the righteous hand of the Father, I shall rend you apart, and you will become inanimate. Behold, the power of an angel!
In case you don't know already, this guy's a pain in the ass for me.
Machine,
Turn back
now. The layers of this palace are
Shit.
not for your kind. Turn back, or you will
Yo.
be crossing
Hello,
What's up?
currently making a video, and I'm fucking up. I need to restart that.
And that's not what it's like. We're talking about corporate taxes. We're talking about the amount of money you can deduct. These are all things that have no interest to most working people in America, middle class and below. And so it really until there's action on that side, Jim Justice is not going to change a lot of minds. He's a junior senator, even though he's a senior man, and that's not really going to affect the Senate.
Not much of a loss.
It does matter the types of the way they vote on these things and votes are going to have, coming through the group of this bill.
I need to get to be real quick or else I'm going to die.
It's not going to be as easy to sell to the farthest right wing. Absolutely, yeah. It's still tough sledding, but it doesn't matter. It's just a concern.
Well, as of right now, Josh Hawley, Lisa Murkowski have concerns to get those nickels out. They say they will not vote for a package with cuts to Medicaid. Now, so that means they're not going to vote for this bill or any bill. This bill's going to have cuts to Medicaid. I don't know if they mean, are they being honest with the word cut, or are they playing the stupid little games that Republicans play with cuts, where they pretend that you will cut $1 trillion, but that was just fraud. That wasn't actually a real cut.
Right. What happens in a lame duck presidency, and Trump's is not as lame duck as it will be until after the midterm election, but he voices who want to be president, right? As well as typically think that Donald Trump, the third term stuff, is ridiculous because there's so many people within his party who want to be president. And Josh Hawley is among them. Whatever you think of Josh Hawley and his presidency,
Holy shit, that was a huge ass time game. No, is it time lost? Or time game?
Because good as a candidate.
Yeah, could very well be.
What the hell just happened? I went back up. Dude.
You don't want to do that too much, which they totally are going to anyway. And you have, let's say $1 trillion Medicaid cuts, $4.5 trillion giveaways to the wealthy. What if you just didn't do this, and then you gave the wealthy $3.5 trillion? So that's a consideration.
I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah, the big look. Everybody, remember when Donald Trump took the biggest bribe that's ever been given to a human in world history, and then we all just moved on because he deployed the Marines? I never heard anyone in the news say, well, if this is a gift to the Air Force, have it be contingent on he can't take it afterward. I literally never heard anybody in the news say that. It was never a consideration. And in this, it's $4.5 trillion to the wealthy. It's not 4. It's not 3.9. It's 4.5. They're not even going to consider altering that number. It's weird how politics works. But anyway, they should be concerned, though, as Representative Ilhan Omar points out, using a poll reported on Fox News. Their big, beautiful, stupid bill is at 27% support. That's not a lot. So, I don't know, maybe make a better bill. Maybe just social posting about how it kicks ass a couple more times isn't actually going to allay people's concerns. But what do I know? Anyway, with that said, we should take our first break. We got a lot of things to get to after this.
Your choice is made.
So, this is happening.
Michael, you're hearing some sound.
Yeah, so I go like this.
Holy fuck, can Gabriel stop talking?
I thought you were you're dragging it, kicking on that. I was like, that's true. He does have to. And you're terrible. Stop it. Anyway,
But you can it's pretty left, right? But you cannot.
No, the way that it was canceling it out made your voice sound a little bit different, but I could get on those.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, let's jump into some comments. It can be said, so it's not only going to be posed at top of tank waving, it's going to be a tank going like he did in a truck. That's what it's going to be doing. I don't know if it's going to be canceled because of the storm. This is my prediction, Michael.
Yeah.
Let's say they have speakers. I think they're going to have speakers, right? A lot of people do speeches. What do you think the overrun is?
Yes! Fuck yeah! B
would be
ranks
our
3-2.
totally run out the parade.
I only have 1 level left.
It would make it even more of a massive waste of money. Anyway. Dave, anything?
Oh my god, shut the fuck up. I do not care about these long ass monologues.
Well, thank you. Gamma Ray Dragon for 30 months says, instead of Republican Party, can we start calling it Republican
P-ranked every
Party?
single level of Act 1 except Belly of the Beast.
That's a dad level joke for you right there. Gargoyle Dragon says, in a super chat, bad news, National Guard and ICE spotted outside of Des Moines, Iowa. Don't know if it's raid or prep today. Good news, friend in San Antonio, Texas gets to speak the truth. That's awesome.
Honestly, these 2 secret missions are boring as hell. So instead, I'm gonna do a different secret mission that's actually more fun.
Really frustrated that they're not getting enough people, and so they're going everywhere.
Is it In the Wake of Poseidon?
Hmm.
The Waves of the Starless Sea. I need to look up
Lesbian mayor the other day.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it was fantastic. So it's really, I covered her races against Will Hurd a couple of times, and she's great. So I was happy to see that she won the bid.
Good news, I didn't know that. Let's see. It's just Vegas says electing someone just because they
7S was pretty fun.
do LOL. It's more likely that it would be them. But also, I think it's like a show where they brought people into the company just to play in like the company football game or something. I don't know. That's probably what I'm thinking. I think it was Married with Children. Anyway, Melanin V. Poppin Dragon says, and this reference is something my mom actually sent me. It says, the military parade is hiring for fillers that pay 1,000 in crypto ads on Craigslist. So I've seen that. It's impossible to know if it's true or not. Anyone can post anything on Craigslist. Would they potentially want to have C-fellas? Sure, they could, but it's just impossible to know for sure. It'd be so easy for a troll to put that on there. So it's how great would a storm and rain and nobody there be? I would just be so
How do I find it?
I was really torn on, do we want big protests to show that people don't support this, or do we want everyone to just ignore it? And I'm leaning out towards ignore. I think it should be a wet ignore event. I agree. We'll be right back with Marcus. Okay, everybody, let's jump into some other news, sort of a little bit related to what we were talking about to start off the show. Let's jump to this.
You need to address the myth with that. You know, I thought that Trump was too happy.
Fuck, that's Waves of the Starless Sea.
I'm a Trump supporter, but I think it's better to get more than I did.
So, as they prepare to hand trillions of dollars
in the wake of this,
as Donald Trump already did his first term in office, is that what the lobby actually wants? Now, we know Republican politicians talk about the debt until they get elected and until they're in charge, and then they don't give a damn anymore. But maybe some of the voters actually need it when they say it.
Maybe I can also do the challenge.
And we're finding this out actually thanks to, of all places, Fox News, who's been traveling around, going to diners, as you do, and talking to people about their concerns about the debt. And so there's some common threads in the many interviews they did. Here's a little snippet.
It's too big, and we're leaving it for the future for our children, and we're leaving all that debt on them to pay for. I don't think that's right.
We can't keep spending ourselves, into the ground and leaving that burden for our children and grandchildren. That's ridiculous.
I mean, I'm inheriting it, my kids are inheriting it, and we've got to cut it off. We're going to move on.
It's a huge problem. But we got to the point right now, I think we're $36 trillion in debt. And it's like running up a credit card. And sooner or later, the bill has to be paid.
So that's in red districts. Not necessarily all of them are Republicans, but these are in red areas, and they're concerned. They're concerned about leaving to our kids. I share that concern as a new father. I'm worried about the debt that we left to our kids. I'm also worried about how little of the government will be left to our kids. So there's a lot of things to be concerned about. Not all of those that they talk about were concerned, though. One man in Staten Island said, I think it's the national debt always a problem. I think the other party was just made everything upside down and trying to fix it. So it's going to take a few years, but I think we're on the right track. And A little issue with that. Not necessarily it's the other party that did it, although we can definitely quibble with who made the pandemic as bad as it was. But if you think it was the other party, if it was just Biden being irresponsible, how does adding trillions to the debt under Donald Trump put us on the right direction? That at least, at best, that's continuing on a bad path. This is not fiscal discipline. Why are we jacking up the price of the military by $150 billion? Now, why tax cuts for the rich when you would think if we're being responsible, then they should be responsible too. We all have to tighten up our belts or whatever in these difficult times, but that's not what they're doing. And so some of the people on the Fox News propaganda, Trump propaganda is going to work on this. There are concerns out there. And so, Michael, we've been talking about fears that this bill will result in a backlash from voters. I generally focus on things like the Medicaid cuts. We were talking about SNAP earlier, but it will also jack up the debt. So maybe that will do some damage to the rate going forward. What do you think about this?
It will, but the first guy that we saw when they brought sound up, when you opened this segment, he talks about it and talks about it and talks about it. And then at the end he says, don't get me wrong, I still support Donald Trump, right? So it's not like these people are kind of swinging across the aisle because of the debt issue. For people for whom the debt is important, people who think about their kids. And by the way, what about the debt that my kid is causing me to go into? We never talk about that, by the way.
It's only fair for you to be fair.
I think that just seems like it's a let's get back at. But no, in seriousness, so I think what you pointed out was exceptionally true, which is that we excoriate our opponents for what they did to the debt. We run on that, and that's what we do. We say we're increasing it. And voters, debt is something that people love to talk about. In my experience in politics and covering it, to me, it's something that people love talking about, but it's not the one thing that gets them to vote when it's time to vote. If you think about your kids, you think about other things, you think about today, not tomorrow. It's what Al Gore always said is the problem with the climate as an issue is that it doesn't feel, although it's feeling like it to so many of us now. It for the longest time, it felt like something that was eventual. And
I just
eventual
thought of a new style bonus that should be a thing. Double
is the
big
most
kill.
politics, which
Basically, you
is
kill two big enemies. That works.
Yeah.
I think that should be a
Okay.
thing.
Nothing out there. It's not necessarily going to result in somebody switching over or whatever, but I like that at least some people do seem to care. The fact that you're the one guy who actually cited something like the actual stat on the national debt is good. I think there's a lot of reason to fear the average American level of knowledge of what's really going on. So good to see some people attempted to see, though I agree with you that I don't think it's going to drive their politics necessarily. Okay, with that said, why don't we touch base with the main story of the week so far on the show? Let's start with this.
As this turns into another summer of unrest, what are you prepared to do, sir? If this turns, the protests have spread now to 16 cities across the U.S. If this turns into...
Do I believe you? I don't think so.
Well, I got that from the Fox News breakdown.
Yeah. All we have is this situation in Los Angeles. It was much better less than 5 years ago. They didn't have to understand. He's asking us to come in.
And that's true. The police were not asking them to come in. They had the police handle it. I do agree that it was caused by gross incompetence, and you just saw it right there. Incompetent and also quite gross. I will agree that I seem to think the question was pretty rude, and I think it was a little bit rude. This is like a cultural event, and you're also interrupting one of Melania's 2 or 3 contractually obligated appearances with Donald Trump on a yearly basis. Like, don't ruin that for the guy. She's holding his hand. That's the closest he's getting to actual affection. And she's breaking it for him, man. So you hate to see that. But anyway,
he just slipped on the staircase getting on a plane. Maybe she's holding his hand to steady him.
Exactly. I love the idea that somewhere in a different state from Trump, Melania was watching that.
Iron deficiency.
Protest because whether he believes it or not, and she quickly cites
Iron deficiency. Deficiency.
like
Deficiency.
I don't believe you. It's not true.
I feel like you're somehow gonna get me.
Feel right. Like he doesn't. Well, regardless of what
She
she
just
like,
has
right now,
many times.
Wait, what?
Planes weren't
I
true.
find
LA
copyrighted
people
multiple things, dude.
but the National Guard
Is it me?
necessary. And that's, I want to be clear about. I know that if
Oh, good.
LA runs on California, you might think, well, they're all just.
I'm gonna get some water because my throat is dry as the Sahara Desert.
I would restart normally, however, I'm not going for a PvP. If you're wondering why I was doing that while I was under the water instead of above the water, Whiplash, if you use it on enemies while you're not in the water, like if you use it on enemies while you're in air, then you'll build up hard damage on yourself. See, that Whiplash does not build up hard damage underwater. Oh, right. These guys can't go into the water. Yeah, they instantly. Alright, this is gonna be the final level, probably. Fishing! Pan oil. I got a stickfish. Now I got more matter in the form of carbon. Damn it, why can I not get on this ledge? Water well. Dope fish. Creepy as hell. Cooked fish. Not creepy. Is there anything else I can catch from the well? Yes, guys, there is a secret down there. You know, I'll just show you the secret. Size 2. I wanna believe. Day 592, 529. Still searching. No no contact from the agency in 216 days. I should return to HQ, but I can't. Not yet. I have to know. Is there summer? I have to see. I have to know. 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 I all the way down. Size 2. Yeah, I can fish in the water well down here. Oh, you can only catch dope fish. Deeper lake waters. Bet I can catch some stuff here. Funny stupid fish, friend. Trout. An actual fish. Why can I not just stay on here? Yeah, I'm guessing that's all I can get from the deeper lake waters. Nothing seems to be biting here. Well, I know how to solve that. The fish took the bait. Shark. What the hell's that drum build of? Bruh, you can't make a cooked shark. Bomb. I'm pretty sure you can actually die on this from the bomb. Probably, I'm not certain. Need to catch an eyeball here. Lower bloods. Creepy as hell, frog. I do not like this thing. It needs to be murdered and fired. Perfect. Okay, cool. This is debatedly a creepy fish. Damn. I felt cool as hell. What's the last fish I need? Pitterfish.
Hola.
Oh, you were gone.
Yeah.
I thought that. I honestly don't know what I was thinking, but earlier I was like, where is Will? Fuck you, funny stupid fish friend. No, actually, it's actually kind of cute. Pitterfish!
After you're done making the video, wanna
Oh, I'm already
play
done,
Fortnite?
dude. I just found the
Okay.
pitterfish. You caught so many. Congrats. Good job.
Hmm.
Your fishing skills are impressive. Dude, this is so low quality. I love this game. Yeah. The only people ever to get a size 2 fish is Pitter and Hikita. Father, why eternal torment? Is it not cruel? Is torture unending, truly a fate fit for a fool? An angel so bright and beautiful asked me this, and I could find no answer. For I could never face the guilt of what I'd done, my regret a gnawing cancer. In my hour of weakness, terror possessed me then, and I cast Lucifer too into the infernal den. Once I realized what I had just done, I could only weep as I sank slowly into the depths of despair. Deep, oh so deep. Remember guys, these are by God himself. Alright guys, that's going to be the end of the video. Hope you have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.